Hi students, this tutorial is to help walk you through your first conditional statement. So we're going to be applying three conditional commands, if, else, and something called elif that is really an abbreviation for else if. And they, all three of these ask a question: is a certain condition true or not, or false? So the first thing we need to do is get a condition. And I think the most fun way is to get an answer from our user. So let's ask them about their favorite food. So I'm going to type in food. I'm going to create a variable food equals input. I'm going to ask them if they prefer sweet or salty foods. And then I'm going to, in parentheses, say, please type sweet or salty. And then I'm done with that. Now, you could print something with their answer, but we want to have the computer make a decision based on what they said. So there's three different possibilities. Either they typed in sweet, they typed in salty, or they typed in something else. So we're going to start with the first if. If food, now when we're doing a comparison, we want to use two equal signs. So if food equals sweet, okay? So if that is the case, so notice we have if, food, or the variable, we have the double equals that are used for comparisons. And then I remembered to put the word sweet in quotes there. Make sure that it's typed exactly the same way as the option you gave them up here. Don't change any capitalizing. So at the end of this line, we're going to learn a new punctuation. It's colon, okay? And that tells the Python that what comes next is going to be part of the instruction of what to do. Now, notice when you hit enter, this time it actually indents your next line. So if food equals sweet, what do we want it to do? Let's print a response. We can say print when there you have a sweet tooth. Be sure to brush. Okay. Now, if I hit enter there, notice the cursor is still lined up with print. It's indented. Now, if we wanted it to do a second thing, we'd keep typing here. But we're going to add in a second conditional here. So I'm actually going to press Shift and Tab, and it's going to take it back to being lined up with if. Okay. Now, if I could just type in else, so if they didn't, then I could do something else there. But here we gave them two different choices. So I want to do something else if they typed in salty. And to be able to check to see if they typed in salty and still be part of this, I have to type in ELIF, else if. So if the first one wasn't true, then else if or elif tells us, hey, could you check this other option for me? So else if the food equals salty, and then colon, what do I want it to say? So we can respond kind of with some snark, like, you must like ocean water. Okay. So we have an answer for sweet. We have an answer if they type salty. Please note that after each conditional, I put a colon, and what comes after that is indented. If you remember the colon, it'll indent the next line automatically. Okay, so the last situation I want to do is add in an option if they did not type in sweet or salty. So I'm going to hit Control Shift to get it lined up again perfectly with if and else if. And now I'm just going to say else. Now, else is if all of those situations were false, then do this. Okay, so if it's sweet, it'll say you have a sweet tooth, be sure to brush. If they typed in salty, you'll say you must like ocean water, right? So now, else takes care of everything else. So after else, we need to put a colon. So it'll indent the next line for us and recognize that what comes under it is part of this same instruction. So I'm going to put something snarky like, why can't you follow instructions? All right, so let's run this. And do you prefer sweet or salty? I'm going to say sweet and press enter. You have a sweet tooth. Great. I'm going to run it a second time and check it for salty. You must like ocean water. Great. And this time I'm not going to follow instructions. I'm just going to type a bunch of gibberish. And it says, why can't you follow instructions? So again, we started, just to wrap things up, we started by getting a piece of information from the user. We used the input we've learned before. Then we started asking questions. If food equals sweet, colon, then what do I want it to do? That next part is indented. Then the next conditional, else if or elif, is lined up perfectly with the if. And if food equals salty, colon, then you must like ocean water. And then lastly, we had the else, where if everything else is false, then just do this thing. Okay? Hope that helps.